Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Unstoppable Wasp, issue number 3. Had a nice surprise appearance by an Avengers Academy member. Alright, hold on, let's get into who made this book first, real quick. Writer, Jeremy Whitley. Art, Gary Heru. Letters, VC's Joe Caramonga. And cover, Stacey Lee. Graphic designer, Carlos Lau. And of course, the Wasp, the original Wasp, was created by Stan Lee, Ernie Hart, and Jack Kirby. Dude, we get Finesse from the Avengers Academy, one of Hank Pym's students, beating up on his daughter. And she beat up on her bad, dude. Wow. If you remember, Finesse's ability is basically she's the Taskmaster, like the female version of the Taskmaster. So she watches what Nadia's doing. And Nadia is funny, man. She's like, yeah, your average Red Room agent is trained in 7 forms of martial arts. Technically, I only know 5, unless you count chemistry and physics, which I do, depending on the fight. So, like, she gets into this, man. She gets her butt handed her, gets her wings broken. Like, man, Finesse was not clowning around, dude. Beatings galore in this. This was sick. This was violent. Bobby Morse, Mockingbird, probably broke her leg. Wasp herself, not Nadia, but Janet Van Dyne, she probably dislocated her shoulder. Like, these girls got messed up in Hydra. Nadia is awesome, but yeah, she is really young, brash, and headstrong. And I get it. I really do. But she's, like, you're there with Wasp actual, Janet Van Dyne, and freaking Mockingbird, man. Like, these are 2 women you could seriously learn a lot from. This comic book was really good, and the characters were all of them elevated. Why? Because at the end of the day, they were all complimenting each other, pointing out each other's strong points. This kind of felt like a support system. Well, a lot of guys maybe won't understand this because guys were always of the idea of, don't compliment somebody because, it's like you're giving away some of your power or whatnot. It's like, give a nod or something like that. Like, you did okay, or, okay, you don't suck that bad. Like that's how guys bond. Girls bond differently. And this did feel at least somewhat like what I would imagine a girl team would be all about. Go figure. I said girl team. Like, that's the acronym for their team. But it's interesting. Saladin Ahmed just put out a tweet today where he was, today when I'm reading this, for when he says, for all the guys, for all you women out there reading comic books about girls but are written by guys, what things do you notice that guys write about girls that aren't true or that you wish that, would actually be written about? So he's cooking up something. In the meantime, Jeremy Whitley on here. Jeremy's freaking awesome. I feel like, for me at least as a guy, I felt like this hit on a lot of things. This is stuff that, I think that my girls would actually really like. After that, though, I do wonder, what things should actually be written? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are things that girls are like, it's funny that this isn't ever done or that's never done? Yeah, I'm actually curious what those things are now. And I read through the tweets and it was actually really good. I saved the post just because it was so good, so enlightening, So, and some of those things I saw in here, some obviously I'm not going to, but oof, I'm curious now. So like, I'm wondering like what exactly is going to get into a woman's head, and I'm actually curious how much do women. So any of the ladies out there, the sisters of Comic Book University, please by all means tell me what you think about this comic book if you're reading it. Or at least for my description at best, if you're trying to see should you get into the comic book. I am genuinely curious what you think about this comic book, the writing for it, because I personally, I love this, but I'm wondering, what am I missing? Positive, negative, pro, con, whatever. What am I actually missing? How would this comic book, would I like it better if it were written that way or not? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. I'm also wondering what Saladin Ahmed's cooking up, man. What's he got in that burner? Anyway, this was a good comic book. I loved this. Nobody really got punked out necessarily. One of the girls, maybe, but she also went against Finesse and she doesn't have any superpowers. So no blame. No blame on that. And that was very realistic. Anyway, fantastic comic book. I loved this. This was so good. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.